I welcome those who are watching my short opinion video discussing my opinion about Sam Wolfe's article in The Age on parents must take more responsibility for stopping their teenagers binge drinking. When I first read the article, I very much agree with the situation and understood that underage drinking is a huge problem in Australia and actions must be taken to prevent this. However, being on the other side of the world at the moment, I also believe that this problem is also too big to be forcefully or judgmentally tamed. Well, I think the important thing is that in Australia, we need to sort out what sort of drinking culture we want in our society. In Europe, although there are also cases of underage drinking, teens and adolescents grow up with a well-developed culture. For example, kids are taught when and when not to drink and how to drink appropriately. While in Australia, you have one hand, you always see your parents drinking, you drink with mates, or sometimes you even see your parents drinking when it's not even useful. For example, just they haven't really had a successful day, but yet they're still drinking. They've come home after work, just tired, just drinking all day. And then on the other hand, you have the government always constantly saying that drinking drastically affects the development of adolescents and growing up, and drinking is also unhealthy and causes cancer. And so you're really kind of stuck in the middle and being like, which way do I go? And then to make it worse, you have your peers. Every day when you go in school, for example, on a Monday morning, you always hear the classic weekend stories. Hey Johnny, did you see Mark yesterday, Saturday? Yeah mate, he was totally effed up. I know, he started drinking 2 beers and then he was already gone. Whoa, and I heard he drank a full goon sack. Yeah man, he was gone. Oh, I wish I'd been there, man. That sounds amazing. Sounds like the best party ever. Just getting totally wasted. So, in many ways, I definitely believe in what Sam is saying, and definitely believe that 14 and 15-year-olds drinking is outrageous. Of course, that's not every 15-year-old, because I guess on a usual Saturday night, if you went to their house, knocked on their door, and said, "Excuse me, parent, but where's your 15-year-old?" you'd probably just find them on the computer playing games, or on Facebook. But however, the 15-year-olds that are drinking is crazy. And I believe that needs to be stopped, not just from the police, but just from society. If you see someone drinking that's 15-year-old, and obviously, especially when they're drinking to get drunk, you take the drink out of your hand and tell them to go home. Simple as that. And if you're like me, and probably many other people that have fallen for Sam's amazing persuasive techniques and language, you're probably thinking right now, how am I going to make a difference in Australia's drinking culture? How or is what I am doing going to help the next generations of teenagers become better adults in our society? For me, I think an important thing that needs to happen in our society is parents not just saying, "Oh no, you can't go out drinking with your friends, you can't go to this, you can't go to that because there's underage drinking that might be involved." Which I think that's also a bit stupid, because hanging out with your friends and maybe drinking might be involved, that's not very good. But the point is, hanging out with your friends is an important part of growing up, an important part of developing into an adult. However, if a child is thinking about underage drinking with their friends, I think a responsible thing that adults should do, and parents, is first ask the child why he's drinking, especially what kind of alcohol he's drinking, not just that retarded shit. Sorry. 3, why he wants to drink and how responsible he's going to drink, the purposes, is he drinking to get fucked up, to maybe try and look cool, is he drinking to get self-confidence, to maybe talk to girls. So it's really important to really make sure that your child is drinking for the right reasons, and of course making sure, if in the worst case scenario your child gets drunk, at least the parent talks to the child and makes the child understand how to appropriately look after his or her well-being in terms of being drunk. Going back to the question you need to ask your teens about why you are drinking, I believe it's important to understand and tell your teens what she or he is getting out of drinking. Because if it is to make her happy, when she drinks responsibly with friends, then I think that is great. However, if he or she is drinking for the sake of it, for example to get totally pissed, or to impress he or she's friends, or worstly to succumb to peer pressure, then I think it's not just the parents or the society's problem, but it's more or less the person that's drinking's problem. To really stop and say, well, how is this really benefiting my life? How is getting smashed and really damaging my mental growth helping me? However, yes, once again, I just think the best thing parents should say is you should probably go study so you can have a kick-ass life, and definitely study English so you can speak good and not speak like a bogan. Thanks guys for listening about Sam Wolfe's article in The Age. I'll put the link below so you yourself can look at the article and really create your own opinion of what you think about Australia in terms of the drinking culture. I hope you've enjoyed listening to me and kind of found it useful. Thanks heaps for listening guys. Ciao!